I didn't lose my finger. All right, so adding the 6 and 7 and the high 5 to this one. One other thing I want to kind of talk about too, because it came up over here with Ben and Nate, that there's really 3 timings on all this stuff, okay? And it's just like trying to keep an appointment. You're either on time, you're early, or you're late, okay? Right now I'm teaching you guys how to be on time. Next I'm going to teach you how to be late, and then afterwards I'm going to teach you how to be early, okay? This, being early is ideal, but it's really, really difficult. Okay? Because being early on a lot of this stuff is me being able to recognize that he's a threat, him whip out that knife and attack me, and me being able to go, oh, and just do my motion. A lot of stars have to line up for that to happen. We talked about this before, this idea of this dueling kind of thing that we're doing now for the purposes of training. A lot of stars have to line up for this to happen as well. And then I also have to be pretty darn good to be able to be exactly on time to meet the force. And by the way, what this is called meeting the force. Meeting the force because his angle 1 is cutting me, and his angle 1 is met by my angle 1, right? His target is my neck, my target is his limb, okay? Now, this arm is traveling at 60 miles per hour or whatever. This arm is traveling at 60 miles per hour. How fast are they going on impact? Come on, I know there's math.
Oh, 120, come on.
Thank you. So that's magnifying the damage that I'm doing to his arm here with this cut. And this is true if we're talking about these applications with impact weapons as well, okay? However hard and fast he's swinging this is added to however hard and fast I'm swinging this, and that damage is imparted to this limb, okay? So that is being on time. Being late is what we call following the force, and we'll move into that on the next set a little bit. And you'll kind of see an application for that. But now, so like I said, the timing on this stuff, we're trying to be on time. We see the attack, it's coming at us, we meet it, we disengage to the proper angle, and then we give our counter strike, okay? So, 1 again, boom. 2 again, boom. 3, boom. 4, boom. 5. Okay, now he's in position for 6. Here it is right here. Okay, this is just like your stick on angle 6. Boom. There. Okay. Check. Instead of checking though, we're going to hammer this thing down just like we did on the 2 and the 4, because we want to move to the side of his body. We want to be away from his knife. Okay. So the 6 comes in. I cut it. I engage it here, and I pass this down as I step. Whoop. Where is he? Not in position to hit me, but I can hit him, right? Okay. Now 7, this is where we're going to start to have to differentiate between the 7 and the high 5. The 7, the way I'm teaching this, is coming more on this outward line into the eye. Okay. So the defense on the 7 here, what we're going to do is just like your Balintawak number 7 defense. We're going to shift to the lateral that way. Okay. And I just pick it up there on the inside of the arm with the knife. Check it. And then you're there on your counter, okay? And then the high 5, straight into that center, it's just like your angle 1, there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, high 5, okay? You guys think you got it? Too much?
One more time.
Okay. All the way through, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, high 5. Okay?
Now with the 7, aren't you stepping into the arc?
It's not. There's not really an arc to it.
Okay, because it's more of a thrust.
Because it's a linear. It's a linear attack. So you have angular attacks and you have linear attacks. Now linear, if you're talking about like group 3, you guys know group 3 thrusting? Okay. That is a what would typically be a linear attack that becomes angular when they do that crossing over 7, right? But that's a little bit different because you just have to pass it. But with the 7 we're talking about here, if he's coming up here to the side of the neck, right to the eye, that's where it's coming. So it's very difficult, very, very slowly. It's very difficult to try to move around to the outside of that. So that's why I just say, nope, we're not gonna worry about it. Some systems teach that, but there's a lot of stuff going on there. There's a lot of things you gotta be able to see and read in order to pull that off. So I just go, nope, we'll just go there. How many reps do you guys have of that versus the reps of going around to the other side? Okay, so we'll just stick with what's safe. If he's coming on the center line now, that's a little bit different, because as long as I step, I turn, I tap, I'm good. Come for the 7 again. If I step, turn, tap, I still can feed that across my face.
50% more of your body.
That's right. Okay. On the high 5, though, depending on your position as well, if I'm out of position, okay, which means I'm not here ready to receive this, and go wham, just like this. If I'm here and it comes, I'll just receive it on that side, which that would be what we would consider more of a following the force kind of application, and it's kind of like, give me an angle 12. It's exactly like your angle 12 defense. Okay, and we'll play with angle 12s with the knife here in a little while as well. Okay, so for right now though, again, teaching you guys how to be on time, meeting the force. 1, boom, he gets that. 2, boom, he gets that. 3, he gets that. 4, he gets that. 5, he gets that. 6, he gets that. 7, he gets that. 5, he gets that. Do you see what I mean by the idea of meeting the force? The force of his blow, the angle, the trajectory, the path is getting intercepted by mine. Bam! And now that force is getting imparted into the tissue. Okay? Go for it.